Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome here to the Monster Mile, race number 12 of the 2016 NASCAR Spring Up Series season, as we are getting ready for this weekend's AAA 400 here at the Monster Mile. I'm Eric Burton here in the broadcast booth, here to give you full coverage of today's race. A 32 lap event at a track that will eat you up and spit you out very quickly. On the pole today will be the number 2 of Brad Keselowski. He will start on the pole and he will lead a 43 car field down to the green flag, alongside the number 18 of Kyle Busch, yesterday's runner-up. On row 2 you have Clint Bowyer in the 48 of Jimmy Johnson, and running out your top 5 is yesterday's Xfinity winner, Joey Logano. At the top of your screen you will see your starting grid rolling across the screen. Keselowski and Kyle Busch your front row. We had a total of 43 cars show up, so nobody did not qualify for this weekend's race. Running out your top 10 will be Kevin Harvick, AJ Allmendinger, Brian Vickers, Matt Kenseth, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. So far, 2 drivers have already qualified for this year's playoffs for the NASCAR Chase with the Sprint Cup. The Stewart-Haas Racing teammates of Kevin Harvick and Kurt Busch have clinched a spot in the 16-driver playoffs later this year. Both drivers have scored 2 wins. Kurt Busch's second win coming just last weekend at Charlotte. We'll see if another driver can possibly get a second win, like the number 2 of Brad Keselowski, the 48 of Johnson, the 22 Logano, all starting inside the top 5. Now let's take it down trackside and get the most famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines!
We are rolling and we are getting ready to go green this time by. Look a little bit further back, you have Eric Almirola and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. on row 6, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Ryan Newman, Chase Elliott, Kurt Busch, Regan Smith, Austin Dillon, and Tony Stewart. Last got his most recent Cup win right here at the Monster Mile in 2013. Harrison Rhodes will complete the field of 43 as we're making our way out of turn number 4. 32 laps of racing in race number 13 of the year at the Monster Mile. Brad Keselowski and Kyle Busch your front row, coming down to the green flag. We are racing here from the Monster Mile. The green flag is out and Brad Keselowski gets a pretty good jump on the start. And he drives that number 2 car down into turn number 1, and he will clear the 18 of Kyle Busch as they're already 3 wide back here outside the top 10. Brian Vickers up the track, Dale Jr. in the middle, Martin Truex on the bottom, and now Logano trying to get second away from the 77 of Bowyer. That is for second place, and they're making their way out of turn number 4. And the 6 of Trevor Bayne will go around, and that will bring out the first yellow of the day, and he takes out the 98 of Ryan Preece, and the other Rookie of the Year contender, the 26 of Dakota Armstrong. And some pretty good damage on that number 6 of Trevor Bayne as we're still racing back to the line. Hopefully we will not see another wreck. Oh, Allgaier and Biffle trying to cause one. But they keep it together and they keep their cars going in the right direction, and we are on the yellow early on here at Dover, involving the number 6 of Trevor Bayne. Trevor Bayne, Roush Fenway Racing, struggling again this season to try to find speed, and he's going to get contact with the 95 of Michael McDowell, and you see the damage on the right side, and oh, nowhere to go for Ryan Preece. He made some pretty good front end damage on that 98 car, Ryan Preece. And it appears that all 43 cars will be able to continue when we go back green in just a moment. Back live here at Dover, getting ready for the first restart of the day. After a quick yellow, Trevor Bayne got turned off turn number 4 by Michael McDowell, and that spread out the first caution of the day. All 43 cars are still on track, and we are being led by the 2 car of Brad Keselowski. And running in second is yesterday's winner, Joey Logano. Third is 10-time Dover winner Jimmy Johnson, Clint Bowyer, and Kevin Harvick. Matt Kenseth, Kyle Busch, AJ Allmendinger, Martin Truex, and Eric Almirola. They make up your top 10, Ryan Newman, Kurt Busch, Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, Austin Dillon, Dale Jr., Brian Vickers, Carl Edwards, Stenhouse, and Tony Stewart, your top 20. And Bayne will restart 43rd behind Jeb Burton, making the second start of the year Dickard Armstrong, Alex Bowman, and Ryan Preece. So now it's the two Penske Fords at the front of the field, Keselowski and Logano, both looking for their second win of the year. We're back underway at the Monster Mile. Kevin Harvick now the first guy to make a move down here in the turn number 1. He moves to the inside of the 77 of Clint Bowyer. Bowyer trying to get back to the bottom before Kenseth gets there, and he does. But now Johnson makes a move to the inside of second place Logano, but doesn't have really nothing to show for it. Logano shuts the door, and now Johnson leaves the inside lane open down in turn 3. Allowed Harvick to take a little look on the 48, and now we have the two Toyotas of Kenseth and Bowyer side by side. Allmendinger in the mix. And that's 47, AJ Allmendinger. He's been quick all weekend long. Now on the inside of Kyle Busch, he'll take that 7th spot away from the 18 of now. He's in the 78 of Truex, the 43 of Almirola, Ryan Newman, all lined up on the inside lane. And we're seeing that the outside line is not where you want to be. There's no grip up there. It's just a longer way around compared to the bottom lane, which has grip, and it's a quicker way around here at Dover. Which is why you see Keselowski right on that bottom lane down in the corners, and we're back on the yellow on lap number 9. Had a few laps of green flag racing right there, but 32 of Jed Burton. A lot of damage on that 32 of Jed Burton coming down pit lane, and he has now put us under the second caution of the day, and he has a lot more damage than what Trevor Bayne got. And right now Burton pulls into his pit stall, and not sure if he'll be able to continue. But let's go back and see what happened to that number 32 car of Jed Burton, last year's Rookie of the Year contender. And he's going to get turned by the guy who brought out the first yellow, the number 6 of Trevor Bayne, trying to work his way back up, and heavy impact driver's side into the inside safer barrier for the 32 of Jed Burton. Able to drive away, but pretty good cosmetic damage, maybe a little bit more internal damage. We'll see if he'll be able to continue, and he's now leaving pit lane, but Burton is now 1 lap down behind race leader Brad Keselowski. So far this weekend, we've seen some great finishes in the lower series. Tyler Reddick picked up the win here at Dover on Friday evening in the Truck Series Lucas Oil 200, and in yesterday's Buckle Up 200, the 22 of Joey Logano got the win, his first Xfinity win of the year. Right now he's running in second place behind his teammate Brad Keselowski. And you go back to that truck race on Friday, it appeared that the 88 of Matt Crafton was going to win the race because he had the best truck, but got caught up in lap traffic. Daniel Suarez made a move to the inside of Crafton. It appeared that 51 was going to win the race, but he got held up, and here comes Reddick out of nowhere and scored his second consecutive win here at Dover for Brad Keselowski's racing team. And now the boss man Keselowski is trying to win the Cup race here for Team Penske. Now the top 3 have only 1 win this year, and the 20 car of Kenseth also has 1 win this year. If any of those 4 drivers would have won today, they would officially clinch a spot in the playoffs. The 4 of Kevin Harvick and the 41 of Kurt Busch have done so, and we're back on the way here at Dover on lap number 14. First side-by-side battle, Ryan Newman up the track. Here comes the 18 of Kyle Busch. And Truex trying to turn Allmendinger, but Junior does turn Kurt Busch. Busch in the inside wall down on the back straightaway, but we stay green, but a lot of damage on last week's winner, Kurt Busch, and the 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr., who turned the 41, and both cars made pretty good contact with the inside wall. Allmendinger out the track now falling back. Here comes Newman on the bottom, Hamlin in the 11 car, Austin Dillon in the 3. Won the pole for the Xfinity race yesterday and got a 3rd place finish, and he's now on the inside of a 3-wide battle. Allmendinger up top. Now you had that 43 of Almirola chases Allmendinger up the track, and he's going to turn that 47, but the 47 saves it. And the 15 of Brian Vickers had to get out of the gas. So all 3 of those cars were going to be going into the garage here at the halfway point in the AAA 400. As we find ourselves with Brad Keselowski leading, Jimmy Johnson, but now Matt Kenseth up in 3rd, Logano 4th, and Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Clint Bowyer, but a great run by Ryan Newman 7th, Denny Hamlin, Austin Dillon, and Martin Truex. Almirola, Vickers, David Reagan, Allmendinger, and we're back on the yellow again. And we are going to see who brought it out. We have a couple of cars wrecking back here. The 46 of Michael Annett and the 7 of Alex Bowman, who scored his second top 10 of the year in the Xfinity Series yesterday with Junior Motorsports. Had a great run in that Xfinity race for Alex Bowman, but not going to be a good finish here today in the Cup race, as him and Michael Annett involved in our third yellow of the day. This one coming on lap number 17. And it appears to be happening with the 46 of Michael Annett. He'll get trimmed with the 38 of Landon Castle. And Landon Castle got some pretty good damage out of that as well in the number 38. And nowhere to go for Alex Bowman. I don't see Bowman continuing because that is some pretty good heavy contact. And you have to think the radiator's probably busted and the engine damage is just... Yeah, Bowman, he should be done for the day. Bowman's has already been put one lap down. Michael Annett, where is he at? Here's Annett, and Bowman is continuing. That 7 car will continue. Now it's just if Michael Annett will. Next week in the NASCAR series will be at the Pocono Raceway, the Tricky Triangle. But I'd like to point out that after this race is uploaded on YouTube, I do plan on taking a little break from uploading races, maybe like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks from doing it. I plan on updating the website a little bit more. Haven't really had that much time to do so, but don't freak out if you don't see a Pocono race, anything from Pocono in the next 2 weeks. So getting ready for a little break here, but we still got to get this Cup race at Dover complete. Right now we have 12 to go, and will be 11 to go when we go back green this time by. All 3 cars, 1 lap down, still on track. Jed Burton, Alex Bowman, and Michael Annett. Brad Keselowski leads the 48 of Johnson. Kenseth and Logano all looking to possibly clinch a spot in the chase. Today, Harvick, he's going to be a championship contender. Kyle Busch looking for that first win. The defending champion winless so far. Clint Bowyer, Ryan Newman, Denny Hamlin, and Austin Dillon, your top 10, making their way at turn number 4. It'll be 11 to go this time by for Brad Keselowski. First got to make a move back here outside the top 5. Give it to the 31 of Ryan Newman. Moving by Bowyer, bringing Hamlin along with him. And Harvick about to get turned on the 18 of Kyle Busch. Man, these guys are just not getting off the corners at all. It's not really the track that's taking these guys to the garage. It's the other competitors, because they keep on turning the other cars. They get on the left rear corner panel of the car in front of them, and it just sends that car to the inside. As you see, David Reagan on the inside of his teammate Brian Vickers. Kyle Larson moving up through the field. Carl Edwards. Casey Kane qualified outside the top 30 in that 5 car. He's now worked his way up into the 24th spot. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Tony Stewart, Regan Smith. And here's a great example of a wreck about to happen. But Stenhouse is able to get off the 14 and still makes him into the inside, but Stewart will shut the door. Allgaier 51. Biffle in the 16 has a nice run off the corner. Drives to the inside of the 51 of Allgaier. Brian Scott and teammate Paul Menard, they've struggled all weekend long, even though the 2 teammates Ryan Newman and Austin Dillon inside the top 10. Michael McDowell, another RCR affiliated car, right now 31st. Elliott Sadler, Trevor Bayne, Brett Moffitt and Casey Mears, Matt DiBenedetto, Landon Castle, Dakota Armstrong, Ryan Preece, and Harrison Rhodes. And we stay green. The top 4 break away. Kyle Busch 5th, Harvick 6th, but now Denny Hamlin on the move in that number 11 car. 3 wide again back here. Chase Elliott, Carl Edwards, and David Reagan. And Allmendinger now falling back in that 47 on the outside lane. Stenhouse in the 17, drives back bumper that 14 of Tony Stewart. And we are coming to 5 to go this time by. And Alex Bowman is just now crossing the line. He is really off pace. He's a 2 seconds slower, and with 5 to go, there is a chance, if we have no more yellows, we could maybe catch that number 7 car. It's going to be very close though, because remember that truck race was decided on lap traffic. Tyler Reddick got the win. Tyler Reddick is Keselowski's truck driver in the truck series. Well, the same thing benefit the 2 car today. Leading the 10-time Dover winner of the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. Matt Kenseth third, Joey Logano and Kyle Busch. Hamlin, Newman, Truex, Boyer, and Almirola as the 4. Kevin Harvick has dropped all the way back outside the top 10, that 4 car. Falling back. Justin Allgaier, the 51, now losing spots late in this race. Elliott Sadler moves by. Casey Mears has already went by in that 13 car. And oh yes, we will catch that 7 of Bowman. Here comes the 2 of Keselowski, but he'll have the inside line coming off the corner, but he will catch that 46 of Michael Annett. Now, will these cars cause a wreck? What that 2 car wants to see is the white flag wave. Once that white flag comes out and Keselowski gets the inside of Michael Annett, once that white flag comes out, this race will not end under yellow. The white flag is that we're on the final lap at Dover. The top 3 get to the inside of Michael Annett. Annett and Bowman falls another lap down. Next guy up is Jed Burton, but he's too far away to be a factor. That'll be his 2nd win of the year. He'll be the third driver to clinch a spot in the chase. Brad Keselowski will win at the Marshall as we have a wrecking him at Kyle Busch spins after contact with his teammate Denny Hamlin. Kyle Busch comes across the line 5th place behind. What did I do? There we go. Brad Keselowski Kyle Busch comes on 5th, right in front of his teammate Denny Hamlin. He is very fortunate. This happened on the last lap coming to the checker flag, or he would have not been too happy with that. See, he's on the inside of Michael Annett, and a good impact with the inside wall, but he still comes across the line 5th place, but with a damaged M&M's Toyota. But Kyle Busch, top 5 today for the reigning Series Cup champion. So Brad Keselowski wins today at Dover, his 2nd win of the year, and now we know 3 drivers that will be running for a championship in 2016. Kevin Harvick, Kurt Busch, and now Brad Keselowski. Great runner-up finish with Jimmy Johnson 2nd, Matt Kenseth, Logano and Kyle Busch, Hamlin, Newman, Truex, Boyer, and a great top 10 by the 43 of Eric Almirola. He grabs a top 10 today for Richard Petty Motorsports. Next up on the schedule will be the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and the NASCAR Spring Up Series at the Pocono Raceway, the Tricky Triangle. That is all here from the NASCAR Spring Up Series at Dover, and we will see you next weekend at Pocono for the action. Goodbye, everyone. Oh, but also on your screen, here are your results and points after race number 13 of the 2016 Spring Up Series season.